All right. Well, we've made it to our final comedian of the evening, our final graduate, and she's fantastic, very funny. Excited to have her here tonight. Everybody, please welcome Bryn Berger.
Hey guys. So I decided to do this class because it's something I've always wanted to do. And it's a time where it's great actually when you have to memorize 10 minutes because I'm in perimenopause, so just be patient, okay? So as Sean said, my name's Bryn. Kind of a weird name to have growing up in the 80s and 90s, a very uncommon name, right? And my name is spelled B-R-Y-N-N, so super often people would just read it really fast and be like, Brian, and I'd be like, surprise, not a boy. And so yeah, I also at that time had a really sweet bowl cut and was a fat kid, so didn't really lend itself to me looking more feminine. Anybody else, former fat kids, make some noise. Solidarity, I'm so glad I'm not alone. So in the last few years, I've lost a couple 100 pounds, had the weight loss surgery a whole bit, and the cool thing about doing that is they actually let you leave with the crippling shame and body dysmorphia. So I still got that. And so what was crazy about me being fat is I actually did not know I was fat. Stick with me, it's crazy. So I was in 6th grade. I'm from the north, so they have what's called the Presidential Fitness Test in gym. Did you guys have this down here? Fucking nightmare, I'm sorry, yeah. So it's where you have, for those of you that haven't, it's where you have to like climb a rope and run a mile in a certain amount of time and put your feet in that fucking metal box and see how far you can reach over, you know? Like all the things that are needed to be a successful adult, obviously. So, but I'm the kid who in gym class, I was the girl that told my lesbian gym teacher that I had my period every Friday because I was not about to run. And, you know, everybody, you know, she was fine with that. She just thought I had like an irregular cycle and a heavy flow. And y'all had that lesbian gym teacher, like same bowl cut actually, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, she would like sit like kicked back at her desk, you know, watching us change through the blinds in her office because nobody said shit in the 90s, right? And so she takes us out, and the way this fitness test starts is you line up to get weighed in the gym, okay? So there's like a boys line and a girls line, right? Brian should be in the boys line, but here I am in the girls line. And this is not like a private, like, quiet doctor's office weigh-in, right? This is like very public, very announce it across the gym, like very put it on a laminated poster above the water fountain so everybody can see it for the whole year. Because in the 90s, adults let us bully each other and encouraged it, right? And so we're stronger, I guess, right? So they start doing these weigh-ins, right? So they start yelling it. They're like, Alexis, 58 pounds. Beth, 60 pounds. Bryn, 120 pounds. Fuck, coach, get over here. Like, you gotta see this kid, right? And so, but I'm unaware, right? Totally oblivious because my focused attention is on the new kid in the boys' line. So I go to a school with 80 kids. So new kid, tractor beam, drew me right in. His name's Evan Green, okay? And he's got like the 90s frosted tips. Yep. He's got like a crudely drawn tattoo with X's for the smiley face eyes, right? And he's like smoking Black and Milds behind the tree that I used to hide behind when I didn't want to run the mile, right? So love at first sight is what I'm saying. And so yeah, so it's right before Valentine's Day, so I'm like, I got it. 24 hours to get him to fall in love with me. And so I'm like planning it out, planning my outfit, right? Like Guess jeans, maroon from the thrift store, purple silk shirt, you remember them, husky section, Kmart, there were signs, okay? I didn't see that. So I'm planning it out. So we go to homeroom and I get like hit in the neck, like with one of those perfectly shaped triangle nose, like the little footballs. You guys had those, right? So I open it and I see the words you want to read if you are a 6th grade girl that doesn't know she's fat. Will you be my girlfriend? Check yes or no. I played it cool, it's fine. Check yes. folded it back up, fucking sailed it across back to him like the football player I was apparently born to be. And so I'm like, we're in love, naturally. So I go home, Valentine's Day, scrape together all the change that I can get, right? I go across to the store and I get him one of those giant Hershey Kisses, right? So I go to school a little early, I put it in his locker because I want him to see this giant foil-clad version of my love for him. And so I'm at my locker with all of my friends. He's at his locker, all of his friends, and they're like watching us. And my friends are so excited. And so I open my locker, and there it is, y'all. A white box, red bow. I'm like, oh shit, this is it. And so I'm nothing if not dramatic. So I open the bow, I open the box, everybody's looking. And I know I'm gonna pull out the first piece of heart-shaped jewelry from my future husband, obviously. And so I reach in there, and I pull out a white packet with red letters across it that says Slim Fast. True story. Fuck Evan Green, he's probably got a very... Fuck Evan Green! It's fine, I'm sure he has a very gentle cellmate. But it's fine. So the guidance counselor runs down to me, down to the hallway, and she's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, do you want to talk about your feelings? Do you want me to send him to the principal's office? And I'm like, bitch, I got this. Fucking slammed his ass up against the locker, and I was like, listen, motherfucker. And guess who got the opening spot on the boys' JV football team? Fucking Brian. Brian got it, yep. So, obviously, I did not marry Evan Green, right? But my partner and I have been, he's over here, so sweet. Yeah, really clap for him, truly. So, he and I have been together about 20 years. You're as surprised as we are, trust me. And so, I meet him, zero plans to get married ever. And so when I meet him, he's like this perfect Southern gentleman. Like, kind, opens the doors, yes ma'am, no sir, zero emotional awareness, the whole package, you know? And so, yeah, I'm a true Northerner, right? Give zero fucks, very direct, like very not Baptist. And so his parents hate me, so that works out. But what I realized was, you know, who thinks 20 years later when you get married when you're basically a baby child, right? And so for me it was like, oh, you know, one day we're screwing around in the car till 3 a.m. and then I wake up next to somebody who no one has ever chewed louder than this fucker me. Listen, I'm like, what are you eating, like rocks? What the fuck? And so I don't want you guys to be as like ragey and unaware as I have been. So I'm here to help. So the first thing I noticed that changed was fighting. So in the beginning, ladies, help me out. We get our feelings hurt over the dumbest shit, first of all. I'm like, spend more time with me. And now I'm like, I would give my left arm for some alone time right now, you know? But we get our feelings hurt, and so we get really quiet. And we need him to know, so we don't tell him anything. But we get really quiet, and we like, walk down the hallway to our bedroom. And we put ourselves on the bed, scoot ourselves to like the 3 inches all the way to the side because we really need him to know we're upset. And no blankets, right? Because we're sending a message. She said, I did that last night actually. And yeah, so we do that, and then he comes in 10 minutes later, solid REM cycle, has zero fucking idea. And just let me tell you, so now, 20 years later, I'm gonna tell that fucker while I'm pissed in front of Jesus and everybody. I do not care, right? I'm so sorry. And so now what I'm saying is, when I get pissed, he knows about it. And I walk down the hall, taking up all the room. And I get in the bed and I roll up in all the covers like a fucking badass bitch burrito. And I leave him 4 to 6 allotted inches of bare ass mattress. And he can cover up with our kids' odd-shaped blankets that never really cover your shoulders and your feet at the same time. You know these? Yeah, you can freeze. I'm pissed. So what I'm saying is fighting gets better. Okay, stick with it. Okay. Sex changes, obviously. 20 years is a long time. Our bodies change, we change. But I'm in my 40s, like I want to still have sex, right? But it's more like a CIA operation with like a map and red string to triangulate. Yeah, we've got to like triangulate each other's locations just to have sex. So it's heavy on the romance, is what I'm saying. And so it takes work to keep things spicy, right? You guys know. And I see them. And so I want to give you a little tip. This is what my husband did recently, okay? Feel free to use this. So my husband's so sweet. And so he pushes himself out of his comfort zone. You guys are going to be so proud. And he orders me lingerie. Now, but we're playing it a little fast and loose with the term lingerie, okay? But he tried, right? And so he searches, he scours, he like is through the whole internet because he doesn't want to buy a size that's going to hurt my feelings, right, ladies? Like, fair, okay? And so he finally lands on what I would call probably like the sexiest, most like fit for my personal body shape website, Shein. The ladies are laughing, so those of you who are not Shein shoppers, absolutely. So this is a site where you can buy anything for $4, okay? And so now I love nothing if not a deal, so he's speaking my love language, we'll give him that. And so he is so excited. So he brings this bag to me and presents it. And I open it, and it appears to be what looks like leftover craft shrapnel, okay? So yeah, there's like a spool of ribbon and a shard of lace, and I'm like, whoa, I am gonna need step-by-step photographic instructions to get into any of this shit, right? And so I'm kind of taking it all in, like, okay, well, my husband of 100 years clearly wants me to dress like an Asian sex worker, so no shame, but I'm dedicated, man. I'm like in it now, okay? So I take it to the bathroom, and I start to pull stuff out, and he's like, put on the white one. I'm like, okay. So I pull out this fishnet number that appears to be tangled in what looked like an old cat toy, okay? So, and he's laughing because he fucking knows where this is going, okay? And so I get it out, right? And I begin to put my like size 9 shoe, fucking 170 solid LBs into this piece. And so I put my foot in, and I'm telling myself, like, it's okay, like, this stuff was built for tiny China women who still practice foot binding, like, it's not your fault, you know? And so I pull it, I get it to like right here-ish. Y'all, my thigh meat is pouring out of every fucking hole in this thing, right? Like, no fabric has ever worked harder than this fishnet. And so I peeked my head out, and I'm like, working on it. And I know, but I know behind that door, my leg looks like a overcooked Christmas ham with like with those white cooking strings just like mercilessly like tied so tight. And he says to me, he's like, now this one is really special. This is, y'all, this is a great illustration of how sweet he is and how fucked up I am. And so he goes, this one's really special because I know sometimes you get insecure and you want to have sex with the lights off. Accurate. And he's like, this lets me see you. And I'm like, what the fuck? He says, because it glows in the dark. Yep. So what I'm telling you is the spice can stay alive. You just need a black light so that you can have sex like you're on LSD in undergrad, right? So, I mean, you do what you gotta do, ladies, you know? And so what's cool is I want to encourage you all as I leave tonight to tell you, you can go from being a wildly naive, like chubby man girl in middle school to somebody who is apparently confident enough to put on slutty lingerie that will only go to here. And fucking like just flaunt that shit and pose like you're on fucking and you just pose for the sake of the spice like you're on fucking RuPaul's drag show, like, hey. You guys have been great, thank you. Give it up for Sean.